Good morning from ABC 13. I'm Tom Cook.
And I'm Bree Berry. Here is the latest news. This morning, the search continues for a man who went overboard from a cruise ship. At least one helicopter and several boats are searching about 50 miles off the coast of Galveston. Well, overnight, we talked to a man on the ship who shared this video you're seeing now of the search. The Coast Guard says a 26-year-old man disappeared from the Carnival Dream about 8:45 last night. Carnival released a statement overnight saying camera footage showed the man jump from his stateroom balcony. The ship had just started a trip to Cozumel.
I didn't know the passenger. I have a good idea who it was. They were calling the name out for quite a while, several times, and then on the intercom.
ABC 13 reporter Courtney Fisher has been out there all morning long checking with the Coast Guards and working to get updates. She will continue to update on air and online.
Well, this is breaking news. The sheriff has confirmed a teenager died after he was shot pumping gas in northwest Harris County overnight. That 18-year-old was at this mobile station on Greenhouse Road about 9 o'clock last night when someone in a dark-colored pickup truck drove up and shot the 18-year-old. He ended up in critical condition in the hospital, but in the last half hour, he died. Deputies are still collecting the surveillance video from the gas station cameras and say they will soon get a better look at the gunman and the vehicle.
Well, new this morning, no officers were seriously hurt when an HPD cruiser crashed into a ditch during a chase in northeast Houston. Police say around 10:40, a pickup driver refused to pull over. Officers tried to ram his vehicle 3 different times. That third time, it caused both vehicles to spin out along Turner and Aldine Westfield. Now, the HPD SUV crashed into a ditch that you just saw. The suspect crashed into a fence. Ultimately, the suspect was taken to the hospital for canine bites.
Well, so far, there are no arrests have been made in the murder of a tow truck driver who took a photo of his alleged killers seconds before he was shot to death. 48-year-old Augustin Martinez took a photo of these two men on West Little York Wednesday night. He snapped the photos of those men in a Ford Explorer. Police say one of those men pulled out a gun and shot Martinez after they got into an argument.
He was one of the calmest, most nicest individual you'll ever come across. As far as confrontational wise, he would never try and confront anyone at all whatsoever. That just wasn't his, it wasn't in him, it wasn't in his heart.
All right, there is a big reward. Take a close look at these two men. If you recognize either man, you can get that reward by calling Crime Stoppers.
The search is on for 3 and maybe even 4 men who are wanted for killing an armored truck guard. The shooting happened yesterday afternoon at the Popeyes off Antoine near West 43rd. Now, witnesses say the guard struggled with the suspects before being shot in the face. The guard was completing a money transfer at the restaurant before he was attacked.
There was the SUV was parked right there at the end of our driveway. All the doors were open. The car was running.
The men sped away from the scene and parked a tan-colored SUV in a nearby neighborhood before speeding away in a second vehicle. That parked SUV has been towed to the FBI Houston office for examination. The guard died en route to the hospital.
Right now, police are still searching for whoever shot and killed a man in southeast Houston overnight. They found his body outside a home on Glen Heath near Broadway. Witnesses say they heard 4 to 6 gunshots about 7 o'clock last night, and arriving officers found that man dead. An older model sedan was seen leaving that house. Police say there may have been 2 men inside that sedan.
This is Bolden Creek. It rose very quickly in less than 30 minutes.
Check that out. Heavy rain in inundated parts of central Texas last night. The man who took this video says water from Bolden Creek in Austin rose very fast and nearly reached his home. Several roads were also left flooded as parts of the area is under a flash flood warning. You can see several first responders were called to help stranded drivers in high water. There have been no reports of death.
All right, we still have rain coming down. Here's Alita Loresca with an update.
Yeah, still dealing with some widespread rain. That's going to keep the rain chances high at least until 9 or even 10 o'clock this morning. And then as we get into the afternoon, much of the moisture from this cold front will be pushing into Louisiana. So we'll start seeing a drop in the rain chances. Even a little peak and some sunshine will allow those temperatures to pop briefly into the low 60s, only for a few areas, but most areas will be holding steady into the 50s, and then a drier evening is setting up for us with those clouds still around as well as those winds. Notice Notice the risk for flooding today has shifted eastward. Majority of us should stay fairly quiet for today, with the exception of those nuisance rain showers. The winds have been picking up. We have wind advisories out toward the hill country, and also some strong winds that are expected to develop later on this morning. Starting at 10 a.m. this morning, a wind advisory in effect for the barrier island. Sustained north breezes will be blowing between 20 to 25 miles per hour, and even some stronger gusts. Notice we've got this upper level low spinning in the panhandle, and that's helping to shove all this moisture further toward the east. That big bright blob of green there is a tropical disturbance that has a 70% chance for development. That disturbance will have no impacts for us, as it will be moving along and ahead of that cold front, which will be pushing all of that moisture into Louisiana and Mississippi. But that cold front is progressing eastward. That's going to send temperatures down into the 50s, as I mentioned, for the majority of the day. It is going to remain damp throughout the day and windy. Those winds anywhere between 15 to 20 miles per hour. Overnight, those winds should be dropping off, but some cooler air on the backside of that front will be blowing into southeast Texas, and that's going to allow temperatures to drop overnight into the upper 40s to low 50s. Will only warm in the upper 60s on Saturday, but we will get a nice little warm up here for Sunday and Monday ahead of our next front, which is expected to blow in just before Halloween. Catherine.
And Alita, glad to see that rain moving out of here. Certainly has been a wet start to our day, and as we move through the day, should be seeing some improvement on the roadways. There is a total closure, though, this weekend of 290 inbound at the direct connector I-10 that will be blocked off for use. That direct connector ramp completely shut down all weekend long, starting at 9 o'clock this evening, Friday, and reopening on Monday morning at 5 a.m. So the best thing to do, just take the I-10 westbound direct connector, make a U-turn at Wirt Road instead.
All right, Game 4 of the World Series tomorrow night. But before that, a full day of college football right here on ABC 13. At 11 a.m. tomorrow, we have got the Sooners, 5th-ranked Oklahoma against Kansas State. That's 2:30. It's 6th-ranked Penn State against Michigan State. Our primetime matchup, the 8th-ranked Irish of Notre Dame taking on 19th-ranked Michigan. You can download the ABC app to watch those games wherever you go. Again, that's ABC. And happy Friday to all of you, and we know you've got the World Series on your mind, but there's a lot of other stuff to do this weekend as well.
Yeah, a lot of good activities. We've got everything from a pumpkin jam family festival to a fun spooky car show. Samika Knight has this week's edition of Free Stuff Friday.
Fall is in the air in Magnolia with the Pumpkin Jam Family Festival at Freedom Church on FM 8103. There will be video games, free food for the first 500 guests, along with music, bouncy houses, and prizes. This event is Sunday at 4 p.m. And if you have little ones who want to have a spook-free Halloween, head over to Holy Comforter Lutheran Church in Kingwood for the Halloween party for kids 9 and under. There will be a spook-free haunted house, games, art stations, and a corn dig. The fun is from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. tonight. And then cruise on over to the Goddard School of Shadow Creek Ranch, Pearland. It's for awesome candies and cars at the Trunk or Treat event tonight from 6:30 p.m. to 8 p.m. Free candy, games, and face painters will be on hand, along with a spooky free trail ride. For the full list of freebies, head over to ABC 13 or download our news app. For Free Stuff Friday, I'm Samika Knight, 13 Eyewitness News.
All right, now to one of the best pep talks we've ever heard from a 5th grader in North Texas.
Yeah, a 5th grader. Listen to him rally his football team.
Have passion. Be determined. Be this team. Be a maverick. And when we get on that field, let's show the Cisco Lobos how to be a maverick.
Okay, I want to be a Maverick now. This is 10-year-old Lane firing up his team, the Mavericks, before their first game of the season. His motivating message has been seen by millions, and good news, it worked. The team went on to win 6 and nothing.
Yeah, and that is what the Astros need.
We should get him out there. Brilliant.
Send him to D.C.
How about the next best thing, and we just send Tom and have him do the pep talk?
I'll take it on. I'm ready to go. All right, that's the news for this morning. Much more coming your way all day long.
Yeah, thanks for starting your day with us. Good Morning America is on now.